In this video, I'm going to give you 3 players that you should be looking at for game week 20. Let's go into the details as to why. Hi FPL managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. As we've said, we have 3 players that I really want to look at for you for game week 20. We're going to the stats, the medium term view, why you should get them. So, first of all, let's have a quick look at those fixtures that are still on for game week 20. Have lost a couple of games. That Arsenal game will have affected us. Perhaps some of these are going to be options for bringing in instead of those Arsenal players. So, as it stands on a Monday afternoon when I'm recording this, those are the games in play. Obviously, I don't need to tell you, leave all your decisions and transfer plans to the very last minute. Don't click on that button until we've had the latest news. Lots of injuries that we may not be aware of. There's rotation risk as well. Very hard to predict what sides, who's going to do what. If you're new to the channel, guys, or just enjoy FPL content, keep in touch with all the latest that's going on. Watch list, transfer tips, wildcard videos, free hits, all coming at you. Hit that subscribe button, click on the like, leave any comments below. We'll get back to you. Let's have a look at that first player. So first one is James Maddison, 6.8. Not a premium asset by any stretch of the imagination. He is going up in price though. Only owned by 8.4% of the FPL community. So less than 1 in 10 people own him at the moment. Those fixtures, well, there's a real mixed bag, isn't there? Liverpool home or away, difficult, definitely. West Ham at home, it's a red, but West Ham are conceding goals. Brighton tight defensively, but Norwich and Burnley certainly games you'd look to target. But as we'll see, those fixtures may skewer the overall view for him a little bit. He's got 5 goals, so we know he's getting forward, as we saw that in the Man City game. Also 5 assists, so he's as creative as ever. On set pieces, which is really nice. His XGI not really high or anything, 0.42. But you got to remember, you're paying for a 6.8 asset, so you're not expecting to get Masala-like returns on him. But still decent, and I like his shots in and around the box. And 2.82 is a decent amount as well. So he's getting in positions and he's having a crack, as we know. So overall, his stats stack up. They look pretty good, especially for that price. The one thing we would say then, he's got 2 goals in the last 2 games, so he's definitely getting forward. One of those against Manchester City, where he's quite a creative force. He does have 2 double game weeks, not just 1 double game week, possibly 2 to be confirmed. And that's why we said earlier on about the fixtures being skewed a little bit. So within those fixtures will be 2 games to be rearranged. So that makes his medium-term fixtures look a little bit more appealing when you consider that he's going to have more games than other people. With 3 assists in the last 2 games, so 5 goal involvements in the last 2 games. Wow, that's really, really good. So he's definitely in form. Fixtures, that's the only thing that concerns me about the moment. But like I said, with those double game weeks, you're getting more out of him. He's coming back into fitness. That XGI, lower at the start of the season, but definitely improving now, and he's getting more minutes. He was a bit troubled and dogged with injury earlier in the season. He certainly looks back to his best form right now. I think he's a really good option. Then we go on to Lucas Moura. I was considering looking at Son. He was on the watch list last week. This guy, if you haven't moved to Son already, just possibly a cheaper option that will enable you to do more with your money elsewhere in your side. Owned by only 2% of the community, and those fixtures look brilliant. Southampton home and away. Watford, he's got Arsenal, Wolves and Chelsea, more difficult games. Southampton and Watford, very unpredictable sides. But you would say Southampton concede more calendar goals than anyone else, so definitely a defence that you want to target. Then you have the likes of, he's got 2 goals this season, so not really hitting the back of the net as often as we would like. He's got a few in the Europa League. But 3 goal assists as well, so he's chipping in out wide. But it's the fact he's played so many minutes is what I quite like about him. XGI is the same as Maddison, 0.42. He is slightly cheaper than Maddison, so you would say he probably has the edge on that, and in terms of fixtures. Shots in and around the box aren't as high as I'd like, 1.95. When you've got lots of Son and Kane, I guess he's struggling to get those sort of shots in and around the box as well. But we saw in the Palace game, he gets forward, he looks hungry for it, and he's getting lots of minutes as well. That's what makes him attractive. He's definitely in form. He's got the fixtures. He's got 2 double game weeks coming up. That's what I really like. The stats don't look good for him, but I would say maybe they've been skewed by the fact that Tottenham in the early part of the season, under Nuno, slightly more defensive. They've definitely picked up in recent times. I really like Lucas Moura. I think 6.4, I'm saving £4 million on Son. he's just an option. It's just that £4 million. Wow, what a difference it could make. How I could upgrade a Dennis to someone much, better in terms of a Vardy, or go from even Antonio or Watkins all the way up to maybe someone like a Ronaldo or a Kane. It just enables you to do so much more. So as an option, yeah, I think he's got to be a consideration. Last one we come up with is Antonio. He's just been in and out of everyone's fantasy side all season. He's still really highly owned, 2.7, so nearly 1 in 3 people own him. Easy to see why, and he has great fixtures. So if you held on to him, as I have, I think you saved yourself a transfer, because he's a player that I just would need to have him. Great fixtures coming up. Just coming back from injury, he scored, so that's a bit of a monkey off his back. The first goal was at 7 games against Southampton. Got 7 goals altogether this season. Does chip in with a lot of assists. Moyes has gone about how important a team player he is, and it's not just his goals. So 7 goals, 5 assists, that's really quite decent. You've got to be reminded of these factors sometimes, I think, despite the fact that he's gone a few games without scoring. FPL managers get frustrated, as you all would, but his XGI still remains really high, and overall he's just been really good this season. So XGI 0.72, really high. Shots in the round box is decent as well, 2.85. Bowen plays up front sometimes, but it's clear that Antonio is the main man. There's not a lot of competition when he's fit. Antonio just gets the nod. And those stats look great. 12 goal involvements this season. Really nice stats. Owned by 1 in 3. And these fixtures coming up, I think you need to get on him. Great stats. Fixtures look great. 2 possible double game weeks coming up as well. It's got to be a question mark over his fitness, as it always has, and will he be able to get 4 games in 2 weeks out of him? Not sure, but he's such an important player in that West Ham side. Whether he's on pens or not is to be seen. Noble not getting onto the pitch, who would take them? Very difficult to say, we're not sure. He could possibly be on pens. Only thing, come back from injury, but he looked pretty fit, looked pretty sharp in the Southampton game. But he always seems to just be coming back from injury. So just keeping him injury-free, I think, is the key for West Ham. But otherwise, Antonio, I think he's just got to be such an important player to have. At that price, he's a great option. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found that useful. Hit that subscribe button. Any questions or comments, put them below. We'll get back to you. In the meantime, good luck. Speak to you soon.